The future looks clean, digital, intelligent, electric vehicles, artificial intelligence, smart cities powered by renewable energy. But remove the software, and what's left is heavier than it looks. Mines, quarries, smelters, kilns. The future isn't built from code, it's built from materials we don't talk about. And they don't scale on command. Every advanced system shaping the future of civilization, artificial intelligence, renewable energy, modern transport, depends on a small set of physical materials. Copper, steel, concrete, silicon, rare earth elements. These materials are slow to extract, expensive to process, politically difficult to expand. This isn't a technology problem. It's a materials problem. Modern technology feels light because its weight is hidden. You don't see the building behind the cloud. You don't see the quarry behind the data center. You don't see the mine behind an electric motor. Every digital service lives inside a physical structure. Every structure rests on steel and concrete. Every system that moves electricity depends on copper. The future feels frictionless only because its friction is out of sight. Electrification is the foundation of the modern energy transition. Electric vehicles, heat pumps, renewable power grids. All of it depends on copper. Copper moves electricity. Copper stabilizes grids. Copper sits inside motors, transformers, and transmission lines. But copper does not scale easily. Ore grades are declining. New mines take decades to approve and build, and communities increasingly resist the environmental cost. You can't electrify the world without copper, and copper does not appear on schedule. Steel is the skeleton of modern civilization. Wind turbines are steel, railways are steel, factories are steel, cities are steel, and steel is carbon intensive. Cleaner steel is possible, but it requires enormous amounts of energy, new infrastructure, and time. To decarbonize civilization, we must first produce more of one of the most carbon-heavy materials we rely on. This is the contradiction at the heart of the transition. Concrete is the most widely used human-made material on Earth, after water. Every dam, every bridge, every power plant, every data center. Cement production alone accounts for nearly 8% of global carbon emissions. There is no large-scale substitute. You can't build civilization lightly, and you can't scale infrastructure without concrete. Rare earth elements are used in small quantities, but they control entire systems. Electric motors, wind turbines, advanced electronics, military hardware. Extraction is environmentally destructive. Processing is complex. Supply chains are geographically concentrated. These materials don't just power technology, they shape geopolitics. Different materials, same pattern. Long development timelines, high energy requirements, environmental damage, political resistance, geographic limits. The future depends on systems that cannot be rushed. Software scales instantly. Materials do not. You can't deploy a mine with a software update. You can't iterate a smelter every quarter. Materials must be extracted, transported, refined, permitted, maintained. Demand is accelerating exponentially. Materials scale linearly. That gap is where promises break. Every attempt to scale infrastructure hits the same 5 constraints. Geology. Materials exist where they exist. Time. Projects take decades, not quarters. Energy. Materials consume enormous power. Environment. Extraction causes visible damage. Politics. No one wants the cost nearby. All 5 arrive at once. When projects run late, over budget, or collapse entirely, the failure is often framed as incompetence. But many projects fail for a simpler reason. Materials don't obey ambition. They obey physics, energy, and time. As material constraints tighten, consequences ripple outward. Transitions slow, costs rise, supply chains fracture, nations compete for control. The future won't be evenly distributed. It will be negotiated through scarcity. The future will arrive, but it will be heavier than promised, slower than planned, and shaped by materials most people never see. This is not failure. It's reality. Civilization is not running out of ideas. It's running into the limits of the physical world.